A Houston ISD board meeting got downright ugly and physical last night as members decided not to vote on a controversial measure to give up control over 10 low-performing schools. During the meeting, one woman was dragged away by police and later released. 2 other women were arrested as several others shouted, and there was even a scuffle. People were speaking out against HISD, handing over 10 poorly performing schools to charter school Energize for STEM Academy. And it was quite a situation last night, as you can see from that video where the woman is being dragged there. Now, the question is, what went wrong? A woman who is taking responsibility for some of this with a public apology that she issued today is HISD School Board President Rhonda Skillern, and she joins us live here on The Factor Uncensored. When you woke up this morning, obviously this happened too late to make the news last night. When you woke up this morning and saw all of this on the news, what did you think?
Oh my gosh. But I actually started thinking that last night. I knew there would be a lot of coverage because the media was there last night.
Mm-hmm. Did you at any point think, after seeing all of these stories on the air, maybe I should step down as board president?
No.
Why not?
I believe that I've been doing this work for over 25 years, volunteering for public schools and education, and I believe that's my purpose. Mm-hmm. That's what I do. For 20 years, I didn't have a job. I just recently became employed, but I put my life into this. I eat, sleep, and breathe education in these kids. And so, no, I never thought that I should step down from the board. I believe that this is where I'm supposed to be, and the work I've done, I think, gives me the confidence that I'm in the right place.
What do you think went wrong last night, where you ordered a recess and then you said have that woman or that person removed? That almost felt like a dictator. Did you take a reflection, a look at that and realize it just did not look good?
Absolutely, it did not. When I said it, what I actually said, or what my intent was to have her removed from the podium, mm-hmm. because I was talking and reading the script and she was still talking after I had asked her to leave. And so I was trying to read the rest of the script and she continued to talk. And after I asked, I think twice, I asked the officer, could you please remove her? I was not speaking of remove her from the room, but remove her from the podium so that we could continue. I have asked for transparency, and so our meetings are now, every meeting is now televised, mm-hmm. Whether it's a workshop or anything. And so the people that are listening from home obviously can't hear one person when another person is talking or when people are jeering. And she wasn't the first person that had not left after being asked to. That had happened already a couple of times in the meeting earlier, and I'd asked several times to not have it. As a matter of fact, I asked at the beginning of the meeting, because this was 6,000 students' lives that we were dealing with. Mm-hmm. I said, please, let's have decorum so that we can hear everyone can be heard, and that the board members can process this information. I asked that at the beginning. I even added an additional paragraph to the script to ensure that we had some decorum in the room, because this was not a regular meeting. This was one of the biggest decisions that we made. In retrospect, calling the recess was, I think, where the problem went wrong. When I asked to clear the boardroom, because I thought, because things were heated, if we cleared the boardroom, then everyone could take a step back, take a breather, and then we would.
But it only escalated.
It absolutely
And so when you
escalated.
see those individuals who were in handcuffs and the woman being dragged, your thoughts on that?
It pains me. One of those, well, 2 of those women I actually know. I stood side by side and protested at the Women's March with Kandice Webber and have a huge amount of respect for her. Jenny Hespeth is absolutely a huge advocate for kids, and she and I don't always agree, but I respect the things that she says and does. And so it was painful for me to watch. It really was.
Have you called them and offered or extended an apology at all? Or do you feel like you need to do that?
Absolutely, I do, and I will. I've asked today through some mutual friends about contact information for them. And
really quick, and I'm going to let you have the last word here, but people said they felt like they were criminalized when they walked in the door at this meeting because they were checked, they were patted down like criminals or like they were in prison when they walked through the door. Even our reporter, Randy Wallace, said he was patted down. Why is it so much going on at that particular meeting? Why was there a need to check people, shake people down, essentially?
So I asked about a number of things, and I asked a board member who recently came on, who had been to board meetings before, and she said that was policy. I mean, that was a procedure, that wasn't anything unusual, that it happens at every board meeting. So that was not just for that board meeting. There was also a question about the chairs being removed. We didn't know that until we came out for the board meeting. We had no idea the chair configuration was different. People said that we were limited in size. We had no idea about that.
Yeah, people were sitting on the floors.
We had no idea that HPD was there. I didn't even know they were on site until someone told me people are getting arrested. I immediately left our closed session and came out, and Elizabeth Santos came with me, and I said, why are people being arrested? Can we have them released? And I tried to get them released. They told us if we had done that before they left the premises, then we could have, but once they are transported, you cannot. Absolutely, I didn't want to have any of that.
And in the last 30 seconds, if you could say anything to the public, what would you say now?
But I just want the public to know that this was not an attempt to stifle anyone's First Amendment rights. We absolutely want to hear from the public. It was just an attempt to keep decorum in the room so that we could have a board meeting in a way that was productive, and that I am absolutely sorry people were arrested. That was definitely not our intent.
And you're staying in place.
Absolutely.
All right. Rhonda Skillern Jones, thank you for coming on The Factor and sharing this information with us and your explanation.
Thank you.
It has made national news, and with that, it has left Houston looking really, really bad. It was during the HISD school board meeting Tuesday night when all hell broke loose. We've told you most of that already. One person being physically dragged from the meeting by HISD police officers. 2 people were arrested at the board meeting, but charges were later dropped after consulting with the Harris County District Attorney's Office. One of the people arrested last night was Kandice Webber. She was released once those charges were dropped. But was it necessary? And what's next for those who found themselves facing criminal trespassing charges? And joining us now here live on The Factor Uncensored is Kandice Webber and Ashton P. Woods. Can't let y'all get together with the school board president. Some ass whooping might be going on around here. So we separated you guys and had her on first, and now you heard what she said. She wants to apologize to you. When you hear that, Kandice, your thoughts?
Well, you know what? I just got out of jail thanks to Rhonda. So,
that's why I kept you separated.
well, you know, all I want Rhonda to do is to do right by our children. Rhonda doesn't owe me anything. She owes our children everything. And I wouldn't have any beef with Rhonda whatsoever if she did right by our children. Yes, Rhonda, it was you that put me in jail last night. We're not going to forget that. You don't owe, once again, you don't owe me an excuse. You don't owe me an apology. You owe black children an apology. So go ahead, step down, do the right thing. That's really how I feel about it.
When you found yourself in handcuffs because you were there concerned about education, what went through your mind, realizing you're being taken to jail for voicing your opinion at a public meeting?
You know, there were a lot of things that went through my mind. The thing that was furthest from my mind, what I absolutely did not expect, was that I would be in handcuffs because of a black woman's call. A black woman that said, I know who you are. I am who you are. I came from where you came from. I see your struggles. My children struggle the way your children struggle. I'm black, you're black. We're family. We're in this together. And in one hit of that gavel, she made a decision to put me in jail, and she tossed away our democratic process in the black and brown community. That's not okay. It's not easily forgivable, and it's certainly unforgettable.
Ashton, there were other school board members there who could have intervened in some form or fashion or said something. Your thoughts on that?
Well, as usual, they're complicit. Power is more important than the voices of the people that they should be serving, right? Don't talk to me like I'm crazy, I'm an elected official. No, you are an employee to the citizens of Houston. You asked us to vote for you, you asked us to elect you, and you do what we tell you to do, not what you think we should be doing, period. And clearly, they are cowards.
Are you looking for any resignations after what happened Tuesday night?
Rhonda Skillern Jones needs to step down, point blank and period. She made a decision all your skin folk and your kinfolk. So if y'all want to go cooning for the white man, get y'all money. I mean, HISD trustees don't get paid by being on that board. So they have to get their money from somewhere. I would say at this point, as a community, we need to start following the money, and we need to know who's paying them for what, and why James Douglas was the one that was picked. As corrupt as he is.
Well, we don't know that for a fact.
Oh, anybody who's the president of the NAACP,
Anthony, I don't
anybody
know that
who's the president of the NAACP that gives an award to Devin Anderson, who has returned no bills on people like Jordan Baker and has heavily prosecuted black and brown people since the death of her husband, he's not a good leader.
Now let's
They
get
all
back
need to be watched.
HISD. Are you at least satisfied with the mayor intervening, saying, let's pause this, not do anything for now, reevaluate the situation, and revisit these 10 schools in a year or so?
So I feel like right now with the mayor and most of the elected officials in Harris County, it's too little too late. Like it's gotten to be a real big stink. Now, if you could have kept this quiet and ushered these partnerships right on into our black and brown communities and nobody said anything, that's exactly what would have happened. But we were not going to put up with that. So right now, we have got people that are coming out and saying what they should have been saying a long time ago.
Too little, too late.
Do not forget, they should have been saying this a long time ago. They wouldn't have done this to white people. If I were a white woman, I wouldn't have been drug out by Rhonda's command. She wouldn't have done that to white women. I've seen white women flat out clown her, and she took it. I never disrespected her. I've never disrespected Mayor Turner. Black people are not being disrespectful. We are demanding what is rightfully our children's. That's it. We're not coming to fight. We're not coming to act a fool and carry on or whatever. We are being diligent parents. We are doing what we're supposed to do. We are holding our elected officials accountable.
All right. Kandice, Ashton, thank you guys for coming on The Factor Uncensored.